Hello to all you nifty nerds, gaming goons, and joystick jockeys out there in Pixelland. This is Double Shift, the show where seasoned game industry vets talk about various types of mustards and if it's acceptable to dip French fries into mustard and mustard only. But before we get to that, we're going to talk about video games just a little bit. I am your host, Mikey, aka DJ Ham and Cheese. Ham and Cheese? That's actually how you pronounce it. There's a story behind that, but it's boring, so we'll move on. Along with my friend, former colleague, and currently making a New Year's resolution to remember what we talked about each week. Her name is Danelle. Say hello, Danelle.
Oh, hello, Danelle.
That was a good one. It's been a while since we heard say hello, Danelle. And then there was producer Jeff, who loves making New Year's resolutions and not following them. But he has made a New Year's resolution to put Instagram and emails right here. If you're watching on YouTube, Double Shift Podcast. And if you're listening, it's Double Shift Pod at Instagram and at gmail.com, respectively. Go there if you haven't. Go to the Instagram if you haven't checked it out yet, because I don't think we put anything new on since last year. But it is the new year. We've been gone for a while, and we're back, baby.
We're back.
And I would say we're better, but I don't know. We might be the exact same.
Oh.
I don't think we're any worse. How are you doing, Danelle? And do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Good. The cat just turned my light off. Oh, now you.
That's awesome.
You just
say that sentence again.
The
cat just turned my light off.
He's hiding behind the bed.
Interesting.
And
you live in a Dr. Seuss house.
Unplugged it. Boots? Oh, then I got to get up for 1 second to let this cat out.
Those boots were made for walking, and that's all that they'll do. Well, Danelle's letting the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
I'll let you know that it's good. It's good to be back after a long break. For the holidays, we've been gone for a while. But Danelle, you were saying you don't have any New Year's resolutions.
I don't make New Year's resolutions.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really either, I guess. I want to be a better person. But I want to be a better person on December 31st as well. So, you know,
yeah.
And every day before that. So it's not necessarily a New Year's
Yeah,
resolution.
exactly. I just make small goals throughout the year. I don't need one to start the whole year off with. Nah.
Right. And I feel like maybe it makes more sense on your birthday to make a resolution as you get older. But through your 20s and 30s, who gives a shit? Anyways. We certainly hope that all the Double Shift fans or fan out there had a lovely holidays and you're ready to get back to the action. That is this podcast.
Yeah.
And in between episodes, we hope that you sit by your computers and refresh YouTube over and over and over in hopes of a shadow drop of a special episode, which we've never done before. But that's what you hope. And that's what we imagine that our fans do. And I take that back. I actually do have a New Year's resolution. I wrote it down, but it was just further down the page. It's to make fun of Jeff less on this show.
Oh, so I like that one.
Oh wait, hold on. That was a typo. Hold on. I have more below that. No, it's to make fun of him more. My New Year's resolution is to make fun of Jeff more on this show. But we'll get to that.
Moron.
I mean, yeah, that's what I said. A moron. But that's just me. I'm a moron. We're not regular people. We're morons. In this week's episode, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready to know?
Yep.
It is blandly titled Demaking Me Crazy.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. You're making me crazy.
Forgot about that.
So we're going to be talking about video game. Yeah, I came on the radio the other day and I was like jamming out to it. My girls were like, "What the?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, I feel old now. That's great." So we're going to be talking about video game demakes.
What is that?
No, Danelle, you don't remember this, but we've talked a little bit about demakes before, just a little bit. I've mentioned them. And I remember you said something like, "Oh, I don't like that. I don't want to talk about demakes or something." And in the back of my mind, this is like months ago. I was like, I'm gonna do a demake
This
show
is exactly
someday.
what I'm gonna do then. Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. We're gonna be dedicating the whole episode to it. Is it because people asked for it to know? No. It's just the first thing that came to my mind when I got back to my study. I go to my study that I don't own, and I have a big oak desk, and I sit down with the quill and a old parchment paper, and I write each episode handwritten in cursive. Now you might be asking yourself, Danelle, what the hey is a demake?
I am.
Well, you don't have to ask yourself. You can ask me. So when you get a chance, go ahead. Hey, Mikey.
What's a
demake? Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you asked. I'll tell you what it's not. It's not me thinking that I had a glow up and then Jeff's tearing me down, indicating that I had the opposite effect, which is in fact called a demake rather than a glow up. First of all, Jeff, that is mean. And second of all, a demake, when it comes to video games, is when you take an existing game and reimagine it, reconfigure it, redesign it, or remake, demake it. You're going to demake it in the style of something that's older. So, for example, you're going to take a Xbox 360 game and make it into an NES game. That's a demake.
Okay.
An existing game that you make older, basically. You could take GTA and make it for the Super Nintendo.
Ooh.
Or a reasonable facsimile thereof. I had to get that. I was having withdrawals from saying that phrase.
Oh, gosh.
It's been so long since we've recorded, so that felt pretty good. But enough catchphrases, most of which were stolen from the Three Stooges. In fact, I think I've done 2 Three Stooges quotes so far. So let's get to some of these demade games. Are you ready to know?
Yep.
Are you
Bring
excited?
it on, brother.
Any questions? Oh, that was nice. That was like a Hulk Hogan, almost.
Mm-hmm. No questions, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I don't know why I saluted you for Your Honor, but...
Well, it's because I have a ham radio now. That's why. You're talking to someone who's going to be licensed in the future. First one is Super Smash Land.
Oh.
It's for the PC, but it is made in the style of Gameboy.
Oh.
So, yeah. Super Smash Brothers rules. I love it. You love it. Ron Bondock loves it. We all love it. Everybody loves it. I don't know. Jeff, do you love it? You can just nod. Do you love Super Smash Brothers? No? Okay. Everyone except Jeff loves it. Some people love it so much that they wanted the characters to be smaller, the controls to be simpler, and the colors to be spinach. Gotta love that Game Boy creamy spinach color.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? Now I get it.
Maybe, the Game Boy colors. Maybe creamy spinach should be on the snack segment one day. What do you think?
Oh.
You a fan of cream of spinach? Or, I don't know. Maybe not.
I am.
Maybe not, no.
I like
you like cream? Would you do a whole snack segment about cream of spinach, though?
No. Maybe spinach.
Spinach dip?
Like, yeah, spinach dip. I put spinach in my there's a Tuscan chicken recipe that I make that calls for spinach. We can just talk about spinach recipes.
Okay. Yeah. Just fuck the games. Let's do spinach recipes.
I have any my teeth? No.
We won't. Yes. Every tooth has spinach.
Oh no!
So yeah, someone demade Super Smash Brothers into Super Smash Land, a Game Boy style game that more or less plays the same as the original. Unfortunately, Danelle, there's no walking around in this game.
Oh,
it's all about staying on the platform and not being knocked off.
Yeah.
We know the game. We know Smash Brothers, right? So it's Smash Brothers on Game Boy. Yep. There are 6 playable characters and 11 stages. Some of them Game Boy versions of actual classic stages, which is pretty cool. 3 game modes, including online, and of course, leaderboards.
Oh.
Leaderboards.
I hate leaderboards.
Danelle, I think we can take this moment to offer a little bit of QA advice to any newcomers who might be listening and interested in QA, or they just started QA. Back me up here, Danelle, unless you disagree. If your game has leaderboards that you're testing, Volunteer to deep dive to test the damn leaderboards, because you will always find bugs in leaderboards. They never work when things are in test. So have you had that experience or not so much?
I wouldn't say always. Depends on the company you work for.
Right. That is true. Well, yeah.
But yes, the algorithms never seem to work correctly, and they never remember. Or I don't know. They don't update in real time, or they're wonky. I mean, it can be terrible.
Another thing is when your game is live and you work for that company, don't be on that darn leaderboard, or you'll be in trouble.
Oh,
anyways,
yeah. Seen that happen too.
That's a big no-no. Yes, all the time. So yeah, this Super Smash Land, it's very Game Boy. They did a good job. Even the Game Boy bleepy bloopy style music seems to be pretty dope and spot on with the original. Looks like it plays pretty smoothly as well. I would have loved if they did this on the Game Boy back in the day, like if the devs from Nintendo went into the future, because the first one was for N64, and they'd be like, "Oh, cool, Super Smash Brothers! Now I'm going to travel back in time and make it for the Game Boy." For some reason, in this situation, Nintendo employees decided to time travel from 1989 to just the mid '90s, only a few years. I don't know why, but they wanted to see what they wanted to see what themselves were up to at the time. If that sentence makes sense, and it doesn't matter if it's ridiculous. This needs to happen. That needs to happen in order for me to be able to have it on Game Boy back in the late '80s, because I used to love playing Game Boy in the back of the Oldsmobile station wagon on long road trips that my parents had. It was the one with the rear-facing seat. And boy, do I miss that seat. And oh boy, am I glad that we never got rear-ended. Oh boy, am I glad no one ever hit us. Because I don't think they make those cars like that anymore. For good reason.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wouldn't... Yeah. But I love that. I love... I don't know. It was weird. Obviously, Game Boy didn't have online unless they time-traveled even further into the future, like the late 90s, and discovered how to give Game Boy online features. So, thinking emoji. That's all I'm saying, people. Thinking emoji. This could happen. I've distracted us too much with the fantasy of time travel into the not distant future. So, I think we can move on. Yeah, Super Smash Land is Super Smash Brothers for the Game Boy, for the PC, and people like it. And they play online.
I imagine.
I'm sure they stink.
People like it no matter where you can play it.
Yeah. Yes. The next game, Danelle, is Halo 2600.
What?
And this is for the Atari 2600.
Yeah. What?
And let me ask you, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you remember our homebrew episode?
I mean, I do. I don't remember in it.
Okay, well, that's fine. You remember the episode, that's good enough. It's not about beer. It's about making new games for old consoles, right? And so, even if you got that right or wrong, I still wrote that out the description, just in case Watson was listening, because he didn't the first time. Rolling eyes emoji to Watson. But, so this is a homebrew game that's also a demake, if that makes sense. So you can tell all of your friends that
it's a hybrid.
Yeah, you know what a homebrew demake is, and your friends, they'll look at you, and they'll probably be, it'll probably look at you in bewilderment, probably, but still, you can be like, yeah, I know what a homebrew demake is, do you? And they'll probably be like, no, nobody does, because nobody cares. Unless they are ham radio fans, then they would probably care. So anyways, Atari's Halo 2600, you play as Master Chief, and guess what? You'll be excited to know. You walk around. Thank goodness we're back to walking around. While you're walking around, you shoot aliens. You get new guns and stuff. And you get a shield. And you get 3 lives. And there are 64 levels or areas or whatever the hell they're called on Atari back in the day to go through. It for sure is an Atari game. It looks like it. It plays like it. And if you didn't grow up with Atari 2600, you will have zero interest in it. Yeah. Those games are rough. Honestly, if you didn't grow up with Atari, besides like Pong and Pac Man, I don't know how you're gonna. There's no kid today that would see an Atari game and be like, "Oh, this looks amazing." I'm so glad I wish I was alive in the late 70s, early 80s,
Aww.
before the internet and all that. They would be mad. Anyways, there's also a demake of Halo in the style of the Amiga or the Sega Genesis, and yeah, you walk around, you shoot aliens, and it looks better than the Atari, of course. So, pick whatever era you grew up in. There's probably a Halo demake for that console. There's so many Halo demakes.
I can see that.
Yeah, people like Halo and they like demaking it. Halo Combat Devolved, that's a good title, for the Game Boy Color, actually looks amazing and adorable. So yeah, whatever system you remember fondly, go check out the Halo demake, or don't. See what Danelle cares. She wouldn't care if you check it out or not. I care. Jeff would care if he was listening, but he's not. He's too busy demaking his favorite game, Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. Yes, that is a real game, Danelle. Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion.
Oh.
But just kidding. Jeff doesn't know about that
Bible
game.
game that he liked.
He's probably making... Yeah, I was going to say he's probably demaking Bible Adventures, but what I wrote down was Jeff's probably actually demaking Barbie horse riding for the Game Boy Color or something like that. Jeff, can we get a thumbs up or thumbs down if that was your favorite game that you would demake? Yes. All right, that's what Jeff sounds like. So, yeah, I don't know. There's not too much to say about Halo.
Halo.
I like Halo. Right, you could say that. When I say there's not too much to say about Halo, I forgot you could say that what you just said. Or you sang, rather.
Yeah, darn tootin'.
I love Halo. You like Halo? You're a Halo fan.
Well, I didn't own an Xbox.
I love Halo. I don't expect Atari guys from the 70s and the 80s to time travel to the early 2000s, like I was saying with the Game Boy thing, because they were too busy partying constantly, from what I understand. Yeah, the Game Boy Color Smash Brother thing, I think people should invent time travel for. Thinking emoji. Yeah, Halo, we don't need to time travel to make Halo appear back in the day. I think we're fine with the one that came out. So, yeah. Still want Game Boy Smash Brothers in the 80s, so if we can make that happen. If someone's smart enough to time travel, we can make that happen. Although I do believe in the butterfly effect, though. So maybe not. I don't want to mess up the world. We can just move on. I'm just listen. I don't even know where I'm at anymore. All right, this next game, Danelle, is a weird one. I'm just going to warn you right off the bat. This one is quite bizarre. It is called Wolfenstein 1D.
Oh, so why would they do that?
Wolfen. Well, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But so Wolfenstein 3D, right?
Yeah.
So, as the title screen in Wolfenstein 1D says, it's so basically this game is Wolfenstein 3D, and the title screen says converted into stunning 1D by Wondertonic.com. That's who made it. A website made it. That doesn't seem possible, but that's what it says. So it starts out with that title screen, and some controls are mapped out, and the music and the sounds that you know and love are all there, and it's all there. You can see it, the title screens, the colors, the guys, the people getting shot. It's all there, and then you start the game, and then the HUD is there, heads-up display, and so on the bottom you see your guy's head, and you see ammo and all that kind of stuff. But just like the original. But then the gameplay screen is a single line of single pixels just across the screen. I mean, I can't even. It's like having this paper that all you can see is a single line of pixels. And you can hear everything, but you can't see Jack.
Oh my!
And I'm not saying that there's a guy named Jack who's hiding. And I'm saying you can't see anything on the screen. You can see some colors pop up in the line every once in a while.
What?
You can tell that the camera is moving. You can hear things. You can shoot things, and you can get shot, but you can't see anything really.
What?
It's simply ridiculous. It's probably not worth playing. It's not worth playing. Honestly, it's not worth playing.
So weird.
Yeah, it's weird. The only thing only thing I can imagine, if people wanted to seriously play this, is if they knew the game so well that they could basically do it blindfolded.
Yeah.
That's the only way that would be appealing. Other than that, it's a troll. By all means, watch a YouTube video of it if you're interested out there in Pixel Land.
I'm going
That's where
to.
our fans live, Pixel Land. You should, yeah. I mean, it's worth. I mean, and the video is not long, and it's actually really funny because the sound effects, like you hear, ooh, you know, but you don't know why. So that made me laugh. Ooh. Probably has some deeper meaning to it or something, you know, like, oh man, like this is like, I don't know, some political meaning about something, I'm guessing, maybe, or it's a troll, I don't know, who knows. When you beat the game, you get the congratulations screen. I don't know how people beat it. And it tells you that you can send money in for the next episodes on a disc in the mail. So that was cute, because that's something that you had to do back in the day. It's like you get a free first level, and then you send a check to this address, and they send you floppy disk, and they go, I know you kids like them extra floppy. Yeah, not quite.
Oh yeah, those floppy
you're
disks.
scaring us. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Jeff just paused. So that's all there is to it. It's simple, and it's kind of dumb.
Yep.
I mean, listen, no offense to the people that made it, but it is kind of dumb. Anyways, Danelle, all this demaking? It's a lot of work. Certainly making me hungry. I don't know about you, but Jeff, if you can cue that snacks music.
I forgot about snacks already.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Snacks? 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 Snacks?
Oh, it ended. All right. Snacks. I can't believe Danelle forgot about snacks. So this is going to be a reminder for her. So for those of you who don't know, whether you work on this show or not, snacks is the segment, and it's our favorite segment. It's a fan favorite. It's where we take a awesome snack or food or meal or an idea of food, snacks, or meals, and we pair it with an amazing game. And each time we do it, we talk about snacks, and then Danelle gets excited about the snack, and then she forgets to pair it with the game. But we do. That's what we do. It's like pairing fine wine and fancy food. Snacks is spelled with an X because we're just after Generation X. But, well, I guess, I don't know. We're Xtennials. That's what it is. That's a dumb thing, but that's why it's spelled with an X. Because we're extreme. And so for today's snack, Danelle, and I had to ping Jeff the other night, and I was like, did I talk about beef jerky yet? And he said he didn't think so. So I don't think I've talked about beef jerky on the show, although I was thinking, like, there's probably going to be a point when I run out of snacks, I would imagine, and I'm going to repeat myself. And then he reminded me that I talked about Disneyland like 57 times, but I said that didn't count. Because it's different every time. So anyways, beef jerky is kind of a demake, right? If you think about it. It's smoked and then it's dehydrated, right? So it's steak, and then it's like reduced. So it's a demake of steak. It's a steak demake. It's a steak demake, right? Demake me a steak and then demake me that steak, because of a demake of steak sure beats making a baked cake. That's what I say.
Mistake by the Malake.
Right? Yeah, we could just keep going and rhyme. I messed it up. It didn't rhyme with anything ache or steak or bake. But I love beef jerky. You know, are you a beef jerky fan?
I used to. It gets stuck on my teeth.
Or any kind of jerky? Now. Jerky boys. Yeah, it will.
The pepper jerky is my favorite. You just gotta make sure you floss.
And I was trying to do it. Which one?
Peppered. The hot pepper.
Oh, okay, peppered. Yeah, and that is the worst for getting stuck in your teeth for sure. So, any kind of jerky really is I love it. But today, I'm gonna keep it to the beef variety. So sorry to Trader Joe's turkey jerky, who I love. You guys can still sponsor us if you'd like, but I'm not gonna talk about Trader Joe's turkey jerky today. I'll eat the whole GD bag of the
I've never
Trader Joe's
tried theirs.
jerky.
Oh,
I'll
I
tell
should
you
try
what.
it.
No, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's cheap too, actually. Jerky's expensive, so
Yeah.
saving money on that kind of stuff is good. So for me, if we're going on a long road trip, let's say, I'm gonna buy a couple bags of beef jerky, and for both ways, for the trip there and back. It's the best snack to eat while driving. For me, keeps me kind of awake and energized, and it's protein, so the internet says protein's good. And then on the way back from destinations, usually let's say we go to Disneyland. If you get gas closer to Disneyland, you're going to find different brands in the gas stations than that we don't have around here. So shout out Alien Jerky, which is amazing, but that's we can't get that around here. You can kind of get it down there because it's near Nevada or closer to Nevada than we are. Yeah. So anyways, if we go camping, I stock up on the stuff as if I'm going to be living out there for the rest of my life. There have been days during camp trips where I've possibly survived on beef jerky and beer alone.
Wow.
I'm sure it's happened. And even if I do eat other food, I'm having a ton of jerky. Just jerky, beer all day, sitting around the fire, eating
I
beef
haven't had
jerky,
jerky
and
in
drinking beer.
forever.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get some today. Yeah, I don't know why I'm looking at my kitchen as if I can take inventory in my head, but I don't think I have any. I do buy it to have around the house sometimes. Nowadays, I do try to stick to the turkey jerky for slightly healthier versions of it.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff's getting a little older, and so I figure someday I'm going to get older too, and I should start now before it's too late, like it is for Jeff. But before I cared about my health, I usually had beef jerky in the house. And this was back when the goat of beef jerky was available. Now, not goat jerky, beef jerky. I'm sure goat jerky is delicious, but I know. It's probably fine. So, at Costco, they had the double big bag from Pacific Gold, and specifically Pacific Gold teriyaki. My good Lord. They don't sell it anymore. Is the sad part. They might sell the Pacific Gold variety pack that comes with 2 flavors. I don't know. But it's original and teriyaki, but they're tiny bags.
Tiny teriyaki.
And that's important. Oh my god, I'm salivating just thinking about it, which is gross because I'm talking on the show that people are listening to. But the big bag would have these gigantic pieces of them, and some of them obviously sat in the marinated gloriousness longer than others.
Yeah.
You get those ones where you're like, holy! You look around as if you've discovered gold or something, but it's just nitrates and salt. Yes, it's worse than gold. But they don't have it anymore, so oh well. Nothing lasts forever.
Nope.
Even Pacific Gold November teriyaki jerky. So that was a shout out to November Rain. Just confused everyone really. What they do have at Costco is the Snake River Farms Wagyu beef jerky. Oh my god. Oh my god. I spelled God GWOD. Oh my god. It is to die for. Seriously, if you eat too much, you probably will die. But it's rich as heck. It's great for camping because you can share, and you're gonna have to get 2 bags if you share. But listen, not everyone can go to Costco. We don't all have Costco cards here, and you should, but we don't all have it. So
True.
I don't want to alienate the people who don't have Costco cards.
Oh, that's true. You're so nice.
Regular stores. No, I think about people sometimes.
I can't let you out right now, girl.
Regular stores, you can get a brand called AJ's Montana Bananas.
What?
It's really good. It's not that expensive. Like a brand like Trappers. You'll see a bag and it's $28 or something. This is around $12. It's still way pricier than Jack Link's. No offense to Jack Link's, by the way. That's a struggle. That's what I call struggle jerky. Jack Link's.
Damn.
Nothing wrong with. Listen, it's not shots fired. It's really cheap, and there's probably a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? But It's struggle jerky.
What about
it's like, I want
Roberto?
jerky, I can't afford. Oh, hey, Mikey. It's Roberto is definitely struggle jerky as well.
I don't know what that popped in my
Jack
head.
Link's-
I just always remember it being either really small pieces or like the cheaper
Yeah.
one, and
You get like one little strip in there, you know. Yeah,
a landing strip.
that's
What?
definitely. Yeah, exactly. It's inspired many cuts over the years. Yeah, no, that's struggle jerky as well. Jack Link's is like struggle jerky that's like trying to like look like it's not, because they obviously have advertisement money with their
Is that the
Bigfoots
Massive
and their
Sasquatch?
Super Bowl commercials. Yeah, exactly. It's and so they spend all their money on their Sasquatch commercials and not enough on their jerky.
Ooh.
Nothing wrong with Jack Link's, so I'm not talking smack. I'm just saying AJ's Montana's Bananas is bomb. That's all I'm saying. And AJ's, they have the typical flavors. They got OG, they got peppered, and of course teriyaki. And listen, for me, it's always teriyaki if they have it. It's just the best flavor. I remember going to the Hello Guy liquor store that I've mentioned before, and getting those giant strips of them at the counter for like $1. You reach into like the bin and it's like this giant strip of beef jerky, and just walking down the street eating a big old construction paper piece of jerky. It was probably got some Jolt and some candy too, maybe some Stogs. Who's to say? Very healthy. Love my liquor store days.
Yeah, I used to go to
Can't do it
7-Eleven as a kid, and I'd always just, at the counter, they had the 3 big, huge barrels, and I just, which one do I want?
Yes.
And just huge, gigantic sheets.
Yeah. And they were like kind of gnarly, but like, I don't know, I liked them. And they were like $1 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
2 for $1. Crazy. Beef sheets. So yeah,
Sounds
teriyaki,
familiar.
that's the one. Yeah, it's different. Listen, I didn't quite go there. And then a quick shout out. There's a cute little downtown area in Lake Tahoe, like next to the casinos.
Yeah.
Like next to Harvey's and all that.
Yeah.
They have a jerky shop there that sells the prime time, top of the line Ryan Carlos Rossi wine jerky. I eats it all the time. It's extra satisfying. 3 or 4 times a day, you can catch me driving back and forth to the liquor store buying tubs and tubs of it because I'm addicted with no denying. Well, not the liquor store,
good.
but the store in Tahoe. You will pay. Thank you. Shout out E40. You will pay a pretty penny for it at that shop, but especially if you want to try like a bunch of different kind of jerkies.
There's a jerky shop in
but it's worth
Vegas.
it. Yes, there is. I'm glad you said that, because I was going to write that down and then I forgot. And as I was reading this, I was like, oh, I forgot the jerky shop. In
Yes,
Vegas.
exactly. I don't know if you told me about it or if someone from the Vegas team told us about it. And I remember you like, what? Or something, but...
Yes, it was both, because like when the 2 teams kind of started traveling back and forth.
Yeah.
Anytime that someone from Vegas came to our office, they always brought a bunch of jerky from the jerky shop and the like pineapple licorice ropes, I want to say.
I was going to say, because they had more than just jerky there. I remember I went to it when I went there.
Candy.
Yeah.
And like hot sauce.
Yeah.
And then anytime, like, I would go visit, not every time, but like in the beginning days, I would always bring it back for the team as well. Like, or another manager would bring it back, that kind of thing. So we love the jerky shop.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd actually ever been there. I've only had it, like, because even when I would bring it back, someone would go drive and get it for me. That's just like, that's the kind of guy I am. I just sit on my throne and I'm like, man, go get jerky for me. See, I just didn't have time, so someone offered. Anyways, yeah, Danelle, listen, I may be in power. Yeah, exactly. Pause for the cause.
Well, I guess.
But yeah, so that store.
I guess.
Well, yeah, Costco does have a lot of good jerky.
Yeah.
These specialty stores are expensive, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
If you are a jerk, and that's not just the nickname that Jeff calls me after every show. It's the fan club name for the fans of jerky that I just made up. So if you're a fan of jerky, it's kind of like Lady Gaga has her little monsters.
Yeah.
The jerky fan club, you're a jerk. You're a jerk. You're a jerk.
You're a jerk. Do the
And
jerk.
what better to pair a demade steak than with a demake of a game? Remember? That's what we do.
I forgot
Now listen.
again.
I know. I knew you would. Roguelite rogue like, gold jacket, green jacket. Who gives a hoot? Well, me, I guess. I like rogue. I like rogue both with the like and the light attached. We've been over this before. This is a style of a subgenre where you go on runs instead of through levels. You die, you start over, either fresh or with some things carried over, and most of the progress is procedurally generated, or most of the levels are, rather.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go into a complete lesson on this because today's game is not quite a rogue either, but I do bring it up because today's game is heavily inspired by the game that started the rogue subgenre. Do you know what that game is called, Danelle?
No.
Rogue. It's called Rogue. The
Oh
game's called
my
Rogue.
God.
The game that started the Rogue subgenre is called Rogue. But we're not going to talk about Rogue today. We're going to not talk about this next game either, but we're going to start with a game called Dusk. Because it's already past dawn. Dusk is a game from indie darling David Szymanski, and this guy has created a lot of good games and a lot of just like really plain weird games as well. But he's one of those guys who, like, you know, it's like, oh, one dude made this, or one dude and like only a couple other dudes made this game. He's one of those type of guys who I always respect. And I'm going to set up the story of Dusk the best way I know how, and that's by reading the description straight from
yes.
Wikipedia.
I love it.
I mean, listen, that's a double shift tradition. It's just to, at least I admit it. You know, I'm not like, here, listen to this stuff I wrote. Anyways.
Yeah.
Dusk takes place in and around the fictitious rural town of Dusk, Pennsylvania. A huge network of Lovecraftian ruins is discovered underneath a section of farmland, which attracts the attention of the government. Military personnel and scientists establish research labs and factories in the town in an attempt to harness the magic of the ruins. Much of the research team soon falls victim to a series of demonic possessions and industrial disasters, which force the remnants of the team out of the town. A large perimeter wall is built around the town, sealing it off from the outside world. The player takes the role of the nameless treasure hunter, or Dusk Dude, or the intruder. I don't know why he has 3 names. Who has heard rumors that hidden riches exist within the sealed town. The treasure hunter is apprehended by the town's denizens, brought to a secluded farmhouse, and impaled on a meat hook. So
my gosh!
So basically, after reading all that, what Dusk is a Doom clone with that story to set it up. And I love it. It's a fantastic Doom clone. It's got crazy weapons, bizarre and scary enemies, fast-paced action, and it's just bleeding with 90s style, pun intended, but it's made, you know, in recent years. It's got some dope metal soundtrack, you know, that kind of stuff. Kind of like the Denell Reviews games riff, almost. It's got, you can mow down hordes of disgusting enemies. There's secrets to find.
Yeah.
There's a cheat menu. There's levels that look like the perfect setting for doom metal music videos. But again, today's snack pairing isn't with this game Dusk. It is with the game called, finally we're at it, Dusk 82, which is a demake of Dusk made by the same creator who made the original. So most of the time, demakes are fan-made things, blah, blah, blah. This guy demade his own game because why not? Because he's a nerd, and we love nerds around here. And it's a completely different game. It's got the same characters and some of the same quirkiness. Both games have soap. And that's just for the fan. If you're listening to this show and you're a fan of these games, you know what soap is. It's innocent, don't worry. But the gameplay is completely different. The graphics look like those early 80s DOS games, or like an Apple IIe game with more color, of course. It's a turn-based puzzler where you have to locate keys, kill enemies, or at least not die, and find the exit. That's all you do. So it's like turn-based, so you move, and then you press done, and then the enemies move. Very, very simple. Some levels are pretty difficult to find the right pattern and path to move, because you'll get like stuck. Sometimes you can take multiple paths, and sometimes you can only really do one. It only takes a couple hours to beat it, really, if you figure out the puzzles. But the best part is the level editor and the community that interacts with it. This guy, David Szymanski, is kind of known for doing a lot of cool things for the community, and he makes his games very moddable. He always hides Easter eggs in his little README files,
fancy.
and like people can find it and make some amazing things with it. So it's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I even made a level. I made a level and I uploaded it to Steam. I doubt
What?
anyone's downloaded it. I made the Los Gatos Hills or something like that.
Oh my
So
gosh.
stupid. Um, or Los Gatos Mountains, Santa Cruz Mountains. I forget what it was. It kind of sucked, but it was fun. I made a level and I submitted it, so that's
That's
fun.
awesome.
But the user created stuff is crazy. It's bananas, even like for real. Somebody made a Donkey Kong Country version of that, and it's like it's the same game, but you're Donkey Kong and you collect bananas, so that's fun. There's Doom versions, Wolfenstein versions, Pac Man. I mean, the list goes on, but there's a lot of original content as well,
Wow.
like people telling their own stories through the
Yeah.
levels, or just making really well designed levels. It's an amazing community. No one's talking smack to each other in the comments. It's like it's
Yeah.
good. It's like a
Aw.
positive area on the internet. Who knew?
Wow.
So yeah, so Dusk 82 seems like a simple demake at first, but it's rich, it's deep, it's full of camaraderie on forums, on the internet, but still camaraderie nonetheless. Just because people don't get outside doesn't mean they can't have camaraderie. So Beef Jerky and Dusk 82, we are glad that someone decided to dehydrate you. The world is a better place for it. Danelle, do you have any questions or comments or anything to add on Beef Jerky?
I want some now.
I know, I do too.
I just haven't thought
I
about
might
it in a
have to go to
long
the liquor
time.
store. Yeah. I think there are still liquor stores that have the giant sheets of beef jerky. I don't know that I would
wonder.
do that though.
I know.
nowadays.
It's hit or miss because some of them were really dry. Some of them were good. You have to like pick through, but it's kind of hard unless you're like touching it to know it's actually like
Or like, yeah. Some of it's gnarly for sure. Gnarly.
gnarly.
All right. Gnarly. That's how you spell it. It's stupid. Whoever came up with the word gnarly should have just dropped the G, but it's fine. Whatever. That's a different episode. That's like a main topic for like another episode that we won't get to because that's the gag. But what we can get to is Rapido Firo, which Jeff, we will write a rapid fire theme song this year. It will be 3 seconds long. But it won't. But it won't be Reading Rainbow because that was like Reading Rainbow, wasn't it? Anyways, don't sue us, Reading Rainbow. All right, rapid fire. Since we were talking about demakes of games today, we have to ask a question. Here's the question. I say we, I mean me. You can ask a question if you want, but I'm going to ask it now.
Okay.
If most demakes are modern things that are reimagined into a retro platform, how does one demake the super old school games? You know what I mean? Like the NES games, right? How
Yeah.
do we demake these games? Well, I've come up with a way to map this out. It's going to be a little bit of an experiment, but
Okay.
and by experiment I mean I'm going to read what I wrote a few days ago. That's the experiment. But Danelle, listen to a few of these, and if feel free to chime in if you have any demakes of games you want to imagine. But I kind of set this up for you so you can kind of get an idea of how we're going to do this.
Okay.
So it's going to have to. So basically, I'm going to do a spoiler alert. You're going to have to go outside if you're going to demake the old school games. For example, Pac Man. You and your friends grab some sidewalk chalk. Make a Pac Man maze and place about 240 small sandwiches around the maze, along with 4 big deli sandwiches in the corners. Real sandwiches. You'll take turns as Pac Man, literally eating all the sandwiches you come across to win. The other 4 can be ghost and chase you. If they tag you, you lose. But if you eat a deli sandwich and you can tag them within the time limit to send them to the middle, then that's what happens. So I put a note: must actually consume all 240 small sandwiches to win.
Oh
You
my
don't
God.
have to consume the big ones to win. I'm talking, like the finger food sandwiches. That probably only equates to like 70 sandwiches or something like that. It's not a big deal. So that's Pac Man. That's how you're going to demake Pac Man. You're going to go
Wow.
outside with your friends, get some fresh air. We can't just stop at Pac Man. We gotta demake Mario Brothers as well because it's a classic and everyone loves Mario Brothers. So the way that we're gonna demake Mario Brothers,
Oh, jeez.
and I'm gonna shout out a specific location that's local, just because I like doing that. You're gonna go to Castle Rock in the rainy season, and you're gonna jump on mushrooms. I could have made a joke about how you're gonna go take mushrooms and you're gonna feel like you see things. We've made that joke before. The internet's made that joke before. No, you're gonna go during the rain season, and there's a ton of mushrooms that grow, and you're just gonna jump on them. But if you see a turtle, please don't jump on it. I want us to say that now. When we're demaking Mario Brothers, just because you see a turtle doesn't mean you should hurt it. Leave the turtle alone. It's just like, oh, there's a turtle, I'm gonna jump over it. If you see a man-eating plant, a piranha plant that's a man-eating plant, my suggestion is to run. That's not part of the game, and you should be scared as hell. Alert the local authorities and evacuate the area immediately. The forest will be quarantined, and a special task force will come to extract the abomination.
Oh, wow.
So Mario's kind of a dangerous one, potentially.
Wow, yeah, gee.
Anyways, that got scary. Let's remake a Namco favorite, Dig Dug.
Oh.
It's got to have a special place in your heart to know. Dig Dug. I love Dig Dug. So for Dig Dug, how many times can we say Dig Dug before people get annoyed? Dig Dug, Dig Dug, Dig Dug. Dig Dug, you're going to...
Dig, dig, dig,
dig, Dug, dig, Dug.
Dig, dig, Dug.
Dig, 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 Dug. Yeah. Or Doug from Nickelodeon. Dude, 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 dude. All right, Dig Dug. We got way too distracted. Jeff's like, oh, these people. You're going to dig a hole in your backyard for Dig Dug.
Okay.
As far down as you can dig. Make sure that you have an air pump to pump things up. Pump things up. If you see a dragon while underground, run. That's not part of the game, and you should be scared as hell. Alert the local authorities and evacuate the area immediately. The backyard would be quarantined, and a special task force would become to extract this abomination. Dig Dug's also dangerous. We're going to move on. Just two more, Danelle, and then if you have any, you can add them. I think you're getting the sense of how I'm thinking here. Or I'm trying to think, at least, but... all right, Q*bert. We talked about Q*bert pretty recently. We love Q*bert.
Mm-hmm.
Q*bert, you're gonna stack up all of your Amazon boxes that you got from Christmas.
Oh my god!
You probably saved them. You haven't recycled them yet. You don't have electric scissors. I'm gonna grab my electric scissors. You don't have anything to break them down. You just have boxes laying around your garage. And so you're gonna get them, and you're gonna form a pyramid type shape, like Q*bert, like he's on. And then you're gonna put lights on each box that's gonna change color when you jump on it. And then you should probably do this in the backyard because it's going to be tall. Carefully place jumping snakes and bouncing balls on the tower. If one of those hits you, say unintelligible curse words like Joe Pesci did in Home Alone.
Yes.
So that's Q*bert. And then finally Tetris, which I've already demade this game every time I go camping. I play Tetris every time I go camping or on a road trip. You should see how snug I fit our entire house into our car. I fit the whole house into our car, and I got to pack around the children usually. It's like, all right, children, you're in there. All right, I'm going to keep packing.
Wow.
And listen, it's all comfortable and snug for them sometimes. Sometimes something might fall on them, but hey, it only makes it, whatever makes it stronger, right? But in order for this to be a demade Tetris game, while you're doing this, you have to whistle the theme to Tetris, and so that's how you do it, Or you can, like, Peter Griffin it if you want. You can go...
Wow.
Yeah. Anything that... So have you thought... You can say no. Have you thought of any games that you want to demake in this style? So like an old retro game, like, I don't know.
I know.
Like,
I don't.
Urban Champion. You walk around downtown anywhere and punch people, right? Like I don't want to condone violence, but
I was thinking of a way to how to deconstruct like Paperboy. Instead of like throwing paper on people's lawns, maybe you like. I don't even know. See, I was trying to think of how to. People are throwing their paper at you from their house as you're driving by on your bike.
Well, so like the paper is that's a part of the game. But what you need to demake Paperboy is you need to find like a guy who's willing to break dance in the middle of the street, like doing the same spin move over and over and over. and then a kid with an RC car who's in the street, and then like is there like a grandma that comes out on her walker or something like
Oh,
that? You
yeah.
need to find all these people and just be like, all right, I'm gonna ride down the street, and you guys try to get in my way, and I'll avoid you. You need open manholes.
Yeah,
You need
exactly.
you need a giant industrial zone that is conveniently made into like a BMX track.
Yes.
With, like,
Oh my gosh, I never thought about it like
Yeah.
that.
And then you need people at the end of this construction zone, essentially on bleachers. I don't know why there's bleachers
Oh,
and
true.
cheering pixelated fans.
They're like watching trash, I
Um,
guess, or a construction man or something.
Yeah, so you need all that. You know, I wanted to be a paperboy. No Diddy. Oh man, that's a 90s meta joke right there. Paperboy did a song called Diddy.
Oh,
didn't want to be
yeah.
him. I wanted to be a paperboy when I was a kid because, yeah, listen, that's a deep joke. You need to be like an owl with like graduation cap on to get that joke. But my oldest brother and then the brother right above me were both paperboys, and I thought I'd be a paperboy, but they weren't a thing by the time I got old enough to do it.
Yeah.
So. San Jose Mercury News, you could have had a great employee on your hand. You decided to go a
Digitized.
cheaper route. So whatever. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways. Jeff's falling asleep, so I guess we can... So yeah, there you go. We demade Paperboy as well. I love Paperboy. I have a Paperboy magnet on my refrigerator that I can see right here.
Oh, what?
The fans can't, so that's boring. You know, actually, Superfan Watson gave me that Paperboy magnet back when we were gainfully employed. Well, anything else to add to the entire show before we wrap this up, Danelle, and find out what you've learned?
No, we're too fresh. I can't think. Like usual.
Yeah, you know, we're dusting the cobwebs off. It's good to be back. Looking forward to the fans being able to hear this next week or whenever the hell we post it. That's not going to sound right when they're listening to it. They're going to be trapped in a time void. Danelle, what have you learned?
Actually, that demaking games can be fun.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
It's a way to switch it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Take a beloved franchise and make it old.
Yeah,
We
I think
like old
that's a
things
cool
here,
idea
so,
now that you've
yeah.
kind of talked about a bunch of them.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. All right, that's good. I'm glad you've learned something. Now it's time to get to our. It seems like we have time, but we'll see if we can get to our main topic: various types of mustards, and if it is acceptable to dip French fries into mustard and mustard only.
Oh.
Jeff, do we have time to talk about that?
Yellow mustard, Dijon mustard, stone mustard.
But would you dip French fries
No.
into it and nothing else? Okay, some people do. That's why I was
What?
asking.
I've never seen anybody
So
do that. I guess people dip it in mayo too, and that's gross.
Oh, I think that's delightful, but we don't have time to talk about it though. That's every week. I'm like, Jeff, just a couple minutes, and we can talk about like our fun topic. And every time he's like, nope, give me the high sign. Which we're playing the music, so that means it's out of time, and it also means it's time to say goodbye to Nell.
Goodbye, Danelle.
Oh, it's so sad. But we will leave you with the double shift toast. May your gamer score be heavy and your backlog be light. May your connection be strong and your aim precision tight. Aim precision? May your Joy-Cons be as mighty as the ocean, but never should they drift. And for all you queuing pirates out there, you'll survive. Yarr! Double shift. Cheers.
Cheers.
Later, Hosen.